What has your personality done for you lately? New research shows how personality can help or hinder your life's quality. Now, the key points of this article, as I am not reading the entire article, personality can influence many aspects of life, including behaviors that can preserve your health. A new multi site study of over 350,000 adults showed that even dentist visits can be predicted by personality. Interesting. By understanding your personality's strengths and limitations, you can build good physical and mental health. When you think about personality, it's likely you regard it as an interesting quality to ponder, but one that has relatively limited impact on what happens to your health as you get older. So you are an extrovert and you like to be around other people. Why might it possibly impact your likelihood of regularly seeing a dentist? Pondering this strange question, you might come up with your own hypothesis. People who are extroverted smile a lot and they want their teeth to look good. Or perhaps they are lucky enough to have jobs that are well paying because they're so likable, leading them to be able to carry out decent dental insurance. The field of health psychology is littered with attempts to understand not just such apparently strange questions, but also how personality affects behavior, which in turn affects physical well being. The issue of who sees a dentist doesn't normally come up as part of this whole question, but it's a reasonable issue to address. Good dental health is related to good physical health overall and can also affect mental health. Anyone who's had a root canal or tooth extraction can almost certainly attest to this. However, people with poor dental health, such as gum disease, also can be at risk of developing serious life threatening cardiac conditions. There are four main types of CVD: coronary heart disease, stroke, peripheral arterial disease, and aortic disease. Earlier this year, I read poor oral health may contribute to declines in brain health. I went on to express, as it pertains to those that aren't so bright, it may have a lot to do with their, it may have a lot to do with their lack of visits to the dentist. Hmm. So I've been on the topic of brain health, and it had me thinking, when you have a real bad toothache, it's like you can feel it in your brain. So, what about those who do not go to the dentist? Is it safe to say that they are not healthy in the brain? Let's do some research. So, I came across this article. Poor health may contribute to declines in brain health. I'm going to read three excerpts. Verbatim. Studies have shown that gum disease, missing teeth, and other signs of poor oral health, as well as poor brushing habits and lack of plaque removal, increase stroke risk. According to the American Stroke Association, stroke is the number 5 cause of death and the leading cause of disability in the United States. Previous research has also found that gum disease and other oral health concerns are linked to heart disease risk factors and other conditions like high blood pressure. Signs of poor brain health were screened via MRI images of the participants' brains. White matter hyperintensities, defined as accumulated damage in the brain's white matter, which may impair memory, balance, and mobility, and microstructural damage, which is the degree to which the fine architecture of the brain has changed in comparison to images for a normal brain scan of a healthy adult of similar age. The analysis found people who were genetically prone to cavities, missing teeth, or needing dentures had a higher burden of silent cerebrovascular disease, as represented by a 24% increase in the amount of white matter hyperintensities visible on the MRI images. Those with overall genetically poor oral health had increased damage to the fine architecture of the brain, as represented by a 43% change in microstructural damage scores visible on the MRI scans. Microstructural damage scores are whole brain summaries of the damage sustained by the fine architecture of each brain region. I know a lot of black men that don't go to the dentist, let alone once a year. We got to get it together. That's probably why we can't think.